Absolutely fantastic. And I want to welcome my two guests to the stage here, Hetal and, oh dear, your name is?
A little bit complicated.
No, Jessica. It doesn't appear on Zoom the way that I could read it. So I would just say Jay Wilson, but you're Jessica Wilson. Very nice. Very nice to be with you on this Saturday morning. Thank you for taking some time to spend with here for the Bkkkids Virtual School Summit. Let me start off with you, Hetal. I've been doing this for all the speakers on the stage here with us. We've just seen your video, all 4 campuses. I mean, you know, obviously a video is even better than a picture, right? It tells a billion words rather than a million. What's your 15 seconds on why St. Andrews?
St. Andrews is a school which is very close-knit for parents who want to make sure that their children are together, are taken care of, because we start with primary and we then go on to secondary. Our teachers, our staff, everyone takes care of every single child as they are. And it is so nice at St. Andrews that, the teachers know every single child's name. They know what they like, they know what they don't like, they know what they're going to do. So it is, I think, a very warm and welcoming school for every single parent and child.
Fantastic. Jessica, would you like to add to that? What's your 15 seconds?
Yeah, I think I'll second Hetal's point that really the core objective of what we do at St. Andrews is focusing on the child and making sure that the child is happy, and we believe that a happy child will lead to a successful child. So everything that we do, making sure we have a personalized curriculum, small classes, activities where they can explore what their talents are and their interests, all of that is in the interest of making sure that they're happy, they feel safe in their environment, and then they can be successful within their academics, but also within their own life. And we say that we're trying to help children prepare a career for themselves later on, but also trying to help children to just prepare a life for themselves.
Fantastic. Kind of riffing off that, what kind of pathways are there from, when we're talking about like sort of the secondaries, what sort of learning pathways are there for the secondary school students do they get to make their own choice? How is that discussed with them? Let me leave that there for you.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have, out of the 4 schools, 2 of them have a secondary division, and that is S107 in Bangkok and Green Valley, which is down on the eastern seaboard of Thailand. Both of those schools offer different qualifications. They are the IGCSE, but also the IB diploma program and the IB careers program. So with those, what we're doing is really providing the options for them to prepare themselves for universities around the world. But not just university pathways. If they want to go follow the careers program, that prepares them for a careers pathway instead. And the IGCSE as well prepares students who might not want to go as far as university, and they can finish at IGCSE and then prepare for university in Thailand, or careers such as apprenticeships and skills-based careers. So really what we do is we're trying to provide as many pathways as possible. And again, it's about that child meeting the needs of individual children. Where do they want to go and how can we support that?
Fantastic. Hetal, do the Sathorn and Dusit campuses share facilities or collaborate on learning projects at all?
So to say, all four of us, Dusit, Sathorn, S107, and GB, collaborate. We share facilities in terms of children going there for competitions, whether it be sports or it could be residential. So to start with, year threes, our children in year three, they go to the Green Valley campus for a camp night. So that in itself is like sharing facilities. And children from our Dusit and Sathorn campus also then graduate and move into the S107 or the Green Valley campus.
Awesome, thanks.
Basically what we are doing with having 4 campuses is that we are giving a choice to parents to be with the same school, but also keeping in mind that they might not want to live in a particular area, or they like the school so much that they would want to have the child going to our school, but we're giving them a choice of either it could be Dusit that is closer to them, or Sathorn in the business district, or it could be Sukhumvit, S107, or it could be Green Valley.
Awesome, cool. Jessica, do your schools offer a program for gifted students?
I'm sorry,
can you repeat that?
Sorry, do you offer a program for gifted students?
Gifted, we do. We have a gifted and talented program across all 4 of our schools, actually. So in our primary, it's about that personalized learning. So if we identify that children are gifted, there will be additional activities for them. For example, higher learning maths clubs, additional science activities. And then in our secondary school, we have activities such as, we have what we call our medical club for our students that are wanting to go on to study medicine. And they do that at school, and they learn different techniques such as suturing. They will learn the anatomy of the heart. So that's all in preparation for them moving into university. But on top of that, our students before COVID times would travel to places like Singapore to take part in a competition called Tournaments of the Minds, which is where all the top students from the schools compete, and we regularly have placed top in those competitions. So there are lots of opportunities for our gifted students to really excel.
No, that's amazing. You're kind of blowing me away. I got to admit, thinking about doing suturing and anatomy. That's really cool.
It is interesting when I walk into the classroom and I go, oh, there's a heart.
That really caught me off guard. That's pretty cool. But what a great opportunity. Another sort of a follow up for you there. I know is, if I'm a family who hasn't been to Thailand before, and I'm coming, from somewhere else, either in Southeast Asia or maybe from the UK, or, my company is relocating our family to Bangkok. Talk to me about what's been your experience? What's it like to live in Bangkok? How do I get to and from school? What opportunities are for me as a family, and safety for kids and those kinds of things?
For the St. Andrew schools in Bangkok, children that are going from Dusit and Sathorn to the S107 campuses, S107 campus, we have like a transport that is shuttle service that will help children go from here to the S107 campus. So by that, what we're trying to do is that siblings who are at the Sathorn and the Dusit campus can continue to come to our campuses, whereas the children who are in the secondary can easily commute to the S107 campus and come back here. So parents don't necessarily have to move to a different location, given the fact that the child is going to secondary school, or they don't have to move out of here because if the younger one being split from the older one, they're still within the same set of school.
Awesome.
And I guess just to add to that as well, that we're also part of the Cognita group, which has got over 70 schools across the globe. So often we have students who are relocating to Thailand from another Cognita school, and the benefit of that is that we are familiar with the school and the ethos that they're moving from. Similarly, they are familiar with the school, the ethos that they're moving to, but also the staff within the schools are communicating with each other regularly, so that before the child even arrives, we know the child, we know what support they need, where they might be looking to relocate to, what areas of Bangkok they might be looking to, and where we can recommend. So that is a benefit as well, that we can get to know the child and the family based on the previous school that they've attended and wherever they are in the world.
No, that's amazing. That's fantastic. Again, I'm looking at the time here, and it's amazing to me how quickly 15 minutes goes when we're having these conversations. But let me offer, as I've done with the others, any closing words, any closing statement that you like to put out to the parents out there. And of course, before you do that, I want to remind everybody, we are live on Facebook right now. You can put your questions in the Facebook live chat. And Hetal, Jessica, and some of our other speakers, they will be there to answer your questions as well. But let me offer the final statement to you guys.
Would you like to take it, Hetal?
Yes, I can. Thank you, Jess. What I would like to say for all our 4 campuses for the St. Andrews International School Cognita Group is that our school has a different vibe. Every campus has a very different vibe. We believe in personalized learning. So please, if you're coming or deciding on the school, I would recommend for every parent to visit the school with their child. Not only St. Andrews International School, but any school. Visit the school, see the vibes, see how the children are happy around the class, inside the classroom, outside the classroom, and I think that would be your basis for making the decision of which school to go to.
Fantastic. Hetal and Jessica, thank you so much for taking time out of your Saturday morning to speak with us today. Really, really appreciate it. And I encourage anyone who has a question about the Cognita schools in general or St. Andrews International Schools throughout Thailand to give you a shout in the chat or on your admissions page. Thank you so much.
Great. Thank you for having us.
Cheers.